Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for today's video. I know you guys really like pregnancy update videos, so today that is what we are doing. We are going to be talking about weeks 32 and 33 of this pregnancy, and let me just tell you, we have lots to go over. So there has been a lot of changes, a lot of stuff going on, so I'm really excited to get into that. If you guys like pregnancy updates, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up so I know you enjoy them and I know to make more of them. And if you are not already, please consider hitting the subscribe button down below so you are notified every time I post a new video. We only have a couple of weeks left until baby girl is here, so I'm really excited. Starting off with baby, she is officially the size of a honeydew, and she is, I think, about 4 pounds and then 17 to 18 inches in length. So she is definitely getting big, and I can tell that she's getting big because she's not so much of like a roly-poly-oly anymore. She mostly just stays in the same spot but does like really hard kicks every now and then. She also gets hiccups a lot. At least 2 or 3 times a day I'll feel her hiccuping, which is kind of cute. It just like lets me feel her, know she's like okay. So I don't mind that she gets hiccups a lot, but I will say her kicks are getting so strong that occasionally, like when she kicks like my ribs, it actually like really hurts. And you know, yeah, I said I wasn't gonna say this, but I'm gonna say it. I am ready for this to be over. I'm ready for her to be here. The pregnancy itself hasn't been extremely bad, but she, like, as she gets bigger and is running out of space, it's just like getting so much harder to do things, like to bend over, to get out of bed, to get into bed. It's like just, it is so much more work and so much more effort. So I'm really getting impatient to meet her. But like I did say in one of my other videos, I'm just trying to embrace the whole entire pregnancy. So that's what we're doing. Moving on into symptoms. One of the biggest symptoms I have been having the last couple of weeks have been Braxton Hicks contractions. I don't remember ever getting these with my 2 boys, but they have been coming on strong this pregnancy. It's just like my stomach will feel so tight at certain times, and then it will go around into my back and I'll have like extremely bad back pain. So it's really weird if you've ever had a baby before but you've never experienced Braxton Hicks. It literally just feels like you're having contractions, they just don't hurt. Something new that popped up during week 32 was indigestion. So again, never had indigestion or heartburn with either of my other pregnancies. And I know they say that you get heartburn more if your baby has hair, but both of my boys had a full head of hair and I never had heartburn or indigestion. I think they're like the same thing. But it literally just feels like there is like sparkling water stuck in my esophagus and it like burns and it hurts. I was doing okay until I started dealing with the indigestion because it's really uncomfortable. It almost makes me nauseous, and most of the time it comes on towards the end of the day. So usually when I'm trying to sleep, I will feel really uncomfortable because of it. Water doesn't really help it, like nothing really helps it. So I talked to my doctor and she said that it is okay for me to take up to 3 Tums a day. So I have been taking some Tums as I need them. Obviously not going over the 3 Tums a day, but usually 1 does the trick. Another unfortunate symptom that I have been experiencing the last couple of weeks have been hemorrhoids. If you don't know what hemorrhoids are, I will just encourage you to Google that because I'm not going to go into extreme detail with that, but just know that it has been really unpleasant. Yeah. So my tummy is getting itchier and itchier by the day. My bio oil that I had mentioned in my pregnancy essentials video helps a lot. I literally lather my stomach in that all day long, but I can tell that it's stretching in areas it hasn't really stretched before because, as I said in my last update, I feel like I'm carrying her a lot higher and I'm actually starting to get some stretch marks up towards like my belly button level, which I don't have. I've always carried my babies really low, and so I'm carrying her a lot higher and I'm getting it like some stretch marks up there, which I'm not worried about, but definitely causing it to be a lot itchier because I feel like the skin is just stretching where it hasn't really stretched before. So at the end of this, when I show my bump, I will show you guys like how high I'm carrying her, and it's just really crazy. Another kind of weird symptom that I've been experiencing has been a hairy bump. And I Googled it because I was not sure if that's like something I should be concerned about or what. Apparently it's extremely normal, and it just has to do with all the hormones going through your body right now. But my bump is definitely a lot hairier, and I don't have I think it's called like the linea nigra or something like that, the line that goes down from your belly button. I don't have that, but I just have so much hair like on my belly. It's so weird, but apparently after you give birth, it starts to like go away for like 6 months after you give birth. So, I mean, it is what it is, but it's just really, really interesting. I've also been having the urge to nest. I have just been wanting to get everything super organized and ready for her. I am getting close to my due date. I only have like a month and a half left, and usually I have my babies around week 38. So I'm assuming I really only have like a month left, which is just crazy to me. I've just been having the urge to nest. I have been getting her clothes all organized, figuring out what I have, what I still need. I've also been like wanting to get my house really deep cleaned and ready for her, but I don't want to do that too soon because like I have 2 boys and my husband and a dog. It's just gonna get dirty again. So I'm trying to hold off on like doing the deep cleaning for when I'm a little bit closer to my due date, but I have just been like feeling that urge to get stuff done. Pelvic pain has still been going strong. I do have symphysis pubis dysfunction if you are new here, and I did have that in my last pregnancy as well, so it's not new to me, but it is extremely uncomfortable, and it brings a lot of pain in my pelvic area, especially when I'm laying down at night. It hurts really bad to like adjust myself and move and roll over, so that is something that I have been struggling with, but I do find that taking Epsom salt baths at least like twice a week really helps. I don't know what it is about Epsom salt, but it is just like magic to me. It just helps so much with any little pains that I'm having. I wake up the next morning feeling like a whole new person. So if you have not tried an Epsom salt bath and you have pains of any sort, I would highly recommend it. The last couple of weeks, I've also been extremely exhausted. I feel like I have just hit a wall, and I am like just so tired all the time. And obviously I know it has to do with being in my 3rd trimester and growing a human, like that's no question, but I also think that it has to do with the fact that I'm not sleeping very well. It's getting a lot harder to get comfortable with like the symphysis pubis dysfunction, and then also like I'm a stomach sleeper, and so the fact that I can't sleep on my stomach when I'm pregnant really just like, I don't know, it just really is so frustrating because all I want to do is sleep on my stomach and I can't. And then also going along with that, I've had frequent urination. I pee at least 3 to 4 times a night. So I wake up all the time to go pee, and that disrupts my sleep. So I'm never really in like a deep sleep, which obviously is also making me extremely tired. I have also noticed that I am extremely hot at night. I cannot sleep with any blankets or a comforter or anything like that, and I most of the time end up just sleeping in some shorts and like a bralette. I don't know what it is, like my house is not even hot. Like I keep my house at 68, so my house is not hot, but I just am like literally sweating. Like the boob sweat is so real. Like I just wake up and like my bralette is like so gross, but it's pretty sweaty. And then during the day, I am so cold. Like I'm always wearing my slippers, I'm always wearing a coat in the house. Like I just am so cold. So it's just really strange how I'm freezing during the day, but then I'm like sweating hot at night. I have no idea why that is, but it's really frustrating. I have also been experiencing bleeding gums. I have been experiencing bleeding gums this whole pregnancy. It's super normal, but I feel like the last couple of weeks it's been a little bit worse. I've noticed a lot more blood mixed with the toothpaste when I spit it out into the sink. Like I said, it's super common. It's just really strange how much more sensitive my gums are right now. compared to like earlier this pregnancy. I don't know what changed, maybe hormones or something, but really weird. I am also getting extremely swollen. I usually towards the last part of pregnancy, I blow up like a balloon. I get huge, and I have noticed that my ring is like super tight. It's really hard to take on and off, and before I was pregnant it was too big, so it would fall off my finger, and right now like it's really hard to get off. I've also noticed that my feet are swollen. I'm someone who wears Vans a lot, and my Vans are like suffocating my feet right now. So I can't really wear my Vans. It's just been like slippers and Uggs, and then even the tennis shoes that I've been raving about this entire pregnancy, they're like my feet. Like I can't wear them anymore because they're so tight, because my feet are so swollen. And then I also have noticed a little swelling in my face. I don't know if you guys can tell, but usually towards the end of pregnancy, like I said, I just blow up like a balloon, and my hands, my feet, my legs, my face, they just get super swollen, and I look ginormous, but it's okay. It's only temporary. I have also been dealing with acne for the last couple of weeks. I've noticed a lot more acne throughout my chin and my temple areas, like right up here. Obviously, that's probably has to do with hormones and stuff. But, you know, they talk about the pregnancy glow, and I just don't relate. I don't get the pregnancy glow. I get acne and like rashes and hemorrhoids and stuff like that. Moving on into cravings, I have been loving peanut butter toast, more specifically peanut butter on English muffins. That is like my go-to breakfast. I have it almost every single morning, either with a smoothie or with oatmeal and like cinnamon and strawberries, raspberries, bananas, whatever. That has just been like a super yummy breakfast, holds me over until lunch really well, and I just love it. Like, I just love it. So that has been one of my biggest cravings so far, especially in the last couple of weeks, even like the last couple of months, honestly. That has been one of my biggest cravings. And then another one has been avocado toast with a fried egg on top, and then everything but the bagel seasoning. Yum! I love that. I love having that for lunch. I know that's kind of more of a breakfast type meal, but I am just like a breakfast person. I don't know who skips breakfast, but it sure ain't me, because breakfast is my favorite meal of the day. So I have my breakfast, and then I have breakfast for lunch as well. And it's usually, like I said, avocado toast with a fried egg on top. So delicious. One of my biggest snack cravings right now have been the little fruit, nut, and cheese packs that you can pick up at Costco. There's something about the combination of the cheese, the nuts, the dried cranberries. It's so good to me. It's like, is this emoji, you know? Is this emoji? It's so good. Berries of any kind, strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, I love them all. Like, I'm craving them all. I've been talking about berries this entire pregnancy. They are just like sweet. I have a major sweet tooth, and they curb my sweet tooth. They're healthy, they've got lots of fiber, and I just love berries. So I literally throw them in like every meal basically that I eat. I love berries, especially breakfast. Like breakfast, I bury it up, and bananas too. Bananas have been really good. Another pretty decent sized craving of mine have been the white cheddar Cheetos. I did talk about them in my last update, saying that they weren't super bad and I didn't feel like terrible eating them. Like about a month ago now, I decided that I wasn't going to eat those anymore. I'm just trying to eat foods that really fuel my body and benefit my body. And like, even though those were like a healthier alternative to Cheetos, they still are not the healthiest alternative. So I have not been eating those, but I do really crave them. So what I have been doing instead, when I have like a munchie craving, like a munchie, you know, like you want to snack on chips and something, I have been having little pita chips or like pita crackers dipped into a like spinach Greek yogurt dip that I got at Trader Joe's. It's so good, and it's much healthier for me than the Cheetos. I just try to make like a healthier choice because like I am getting towards the end of this pregnancy, and this is when you put on the most weight usually. So I'm also just trying to make sure that I'm not gaining an excessive amount of weight, you know? Moving on to the bump shot and the weight gain, I have gained a total of 23 pounds so far this pregnancy, and I am so happy with that number. You guys know, like, my first pregnancy, I gained like 70 pounds, 70, 75 maybe. And then my last pregnancy, I gained, I think, like 30, 35. So this pregnancy so far, I've only gained 23, and I'm extremely happy with that number. That is right on track with what my doctor wanted me to gain, and I do have probably about a month left, so that still leaves me, you know, a couple weeks to gain more weight as baby grows and stuff without feeling like I gained like a ton of weight. So I'm really happy with that number. But now let's get into the bump shot. Bring it down a little bit. Okay, so here's the bump. So I feel like I'm carrying her really, really high. Like, my boys were so far down here that I couldn't like put my hands around my bump. Like, they were so low, and she is so much higher. And I know that's like what people say is that you carry girls a lot higher. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but for me there is definitely truth to that. So sorry that the lighting is like super overexposed. Alright, you guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this pregnancy update. I know a lot of you are pretty close in your pregnancies and are probably getting ready to be due soon as well, so I'm really excited for you all. And if you guys liked today's video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up so I know you like it. Don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!
Would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be if I leave tonight?